WNDRSOUL. WNDRSOUL.
WNDRSOUL.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome to another episode of WNDRSOUL. I appreciate your guys' patience over the last few months, as I have been extremely busy and have not had the opportunity to record or plan out any type of content, whether it's the podcast, videos on YouTube, or even streams on like Twitch or something. Any kind of content, even social media. I've been hit or miss. And I'll get into that, but this is going to be a fresh, brand new episode. And I'm excited. I really am. I don't know if you guys can tell. I'm a little nervous. Just a little bit. It's been a while since I've been able to sit down and just get behind the mic, especially by myself, which will not be the standard. But for today, I really just wanted to sit down and connect with you guys and talk about a few topics. And I think this is a good place to tell you what to expect on this episode. So I would like to talk about the changes to the Xbox Game Pass subscription service. For those who know me, I do have an Xbox Series X, and I support Xbox and Microsoft, and for the most part, I have enjoyed the system, the service that is Game Pass, but they're making some changes, and I want to get into that. Also, I would like to hype you guys up as I continue to hype myself up for the release of College Football 25 or NCAA Football 25, however you want to, address it. Because I think no matter what, people are going to call it NCAA 25. It's just, that's just what we're familiar with. And I'm just so excited. I cannot wait to just sit down and talk to you. They've been doing such a good job with releasing information and steady, getting everyone really excited for this video game. This is the first time in, so long since I've been this hyped for a video game. And I hope that I'm not let down. I have not gotten my hands on it. I won't until next week. And I'm excited, and we'll go into that. I am still invested into the WWE, and I'd like to quickly talk about that. I know we just had Money in the Bank in Toronto last weekend, and maybe just kind of give some vague thoughts. I think I would plan an episode with some people to really get into the deets when it comes to what's going on in the world of wrestling, specifically when it pertains to the WWE. Now, I have been trying to get into the NXT because I feel like I'm ready to take that step. But I'm still a novice at heart when it comes to anything wrestling. And then to wrap it up, I got a couple things I'd like to just bring up briefly. I've been watching a lot of Tubi lately, and I would like to explain why, and also gauge what your guys' thoughts and opinions are on services like Tubi. And then we'll wrap it up with just talking about content and my feelings right now and plans for content. I know I posted a update video for the YouTube channel, and that never became a podcast episode. That was intentional. I just wanted to sit down behind the camera, behind the mic, talk to you guys and give you guys some updates of where my head's at with content, and just to let you guys know I'm still ready to get back creating these episodes and much more. So maybe I'll dive into that a little bit more when we get done with this episode. So anyways, that was a mouthful. I'm gonna have to build my stamina up, but I also told myself I wanted to relax and just talk to you guys like I would be talking to anybody else. I really want these episodes to just feel very chill, laid back. They're not going to be super structured, but I think structure sometimes helps, and that's why I wanted to make sure I let you guys know what to expect, especially when you have such a wild variety of topics here, so when you want to tune in or tune out, or if or you'll know if this episode is one that you'd be interested in. So before we go any further, just wanted to say thank you. Appreciate you guys. Hope you guys are doing well. Whoever's listening to this, whenever you are listening to this, appreciate you guys. Thank you for supporting on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Twitch. Those are just all the platforms that you'll see me sprinkle content over time. But yeah, that's it. Hopefully we can get back into a nice rhythm here. Expect weekly episodes. That's right. Weekly, once a week. I told myself I at least could do that, right? So we'll see. But let's get into our first topic, right? This is coming from The Verge. The Verge is a website I've been starting to read a lot more from. I've been trying to take some time away from socials here and there. And when I can, I just thought, well, why don't you just go to the websites? Now, this be very clear. Websites are terrible these days. They are slam-packed with ads, and it's some websites, to be honest, are almost like impossible to navigate. There's one, I think it's like Fandom or something. Dude, sprinkled with video ads, banner ads, all over, pop-up ads. I'm like, dude, what is this? Anyways, we're on The Verge. So check out The Verge. I like it. It's good tech, science, entertainment, bunch of stuff, gaming. If you're into that kind of stuff, this is a good source. But they have an article. It says Microsoft is hiking the price of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate and launching a new standard tier. A new Xbox Game Pass standard subscription will launch in the coming months without day one games. So those of you who are familiar with Xbox, that's kind of their big stick is day one Game Pass. And that's a really excellent benefit. To be honest, I think a large reason behind the hiking of the price, look, we all knew that once Call of Duty Black Ops 6 was going to Game Pass, not only was it going to Game Pass, it was coming day one, right? And that comes out in late October of this year, and it's going to be big. I know people are going to get Game Pass or get an Xbox for that reason, even though Call of Duty Black Ops 6 will be multi-platform, right? It's not just coming to Xbox. To catch people up just real quickly, Microsoft bought Activision and Blizzard recently, and Activision is the company that makes Call of Duty, which is, whether you like it or not, one of the top selling video games all the time. Like every time one drops, people buy it. I know when I was growing up, Call of Duty and certain sports games really pulled in my friends that weren't really gamers, quote unquote. It got them to pick up a controller. So a lot of people love Call of Duty. They love Warzone, the campaign, all that stuff. So yeah, it was kind of expected that they were going to raise the price of Game Pass. The thing about the day one mess up here, because look, let me just be real clear. Xbox, dude, what is going on? First of all, this is way too confusing. I've had to read and reread articles, charts, summaries to just try to understand what the hell y'all are doing with your tiers here. Like think of it like if Netflix had 5 different tiers and it was like, you had ads, but then you had no ads, but then you had 4K, but then you also had, well, these new releases will come to these certain subscribers, but you'll have to wait a month or so for it to release on this tier. And that's kind of the thing here. The biggest change has been the pricing and the concept of day one. Not everyone is going to get day one releases depending on the tier that they have with Xbox Game Pass. But so look, I had to pull up a chart. I think this would be an easier way to break it down and talk to you guys, because what I currently have is Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, right? It will be $19.99 a month, but I get all the benefits. It's also for PC as well, right? Because, Microsoft computers, Xbox, okay, they're all in the same ecosystem, right? So Xbox, anything that releases on that console, more than likely, if it's first party, will be available on a computer, right? On a PC. That's why you have people argue all the time, like, why would I buy an Xbox when I have a computer and I'll just play Xbox games on my PC? And it's like, that's fine. That's fine. If that's what you want to do. Consoles are just plug and play machines, right? That's really all they are. You don't have to go through all the hassles and the installations and the launchers and all this other stuff that you have to with PCs. And you usually have a pretty standard rate of quality, because depending on your setup, your computer or PC setup, we're just going to say PC, right? Everybody knows? Okay, cool. Depending on your PC setup, your experience with that game could vary. The graphics could be at ultra or they could be at mid. It could be playable or barely playable. It really depends, So most of the time, because the idea is if you have a console, it's pretty much like you buy the game, you either put the disc in or you download it from the store, and you get to play it. And it's usually in, the best quality that system can perform on. So anyways, what we're looking at right now with Xbox is that you have an Xbox Game Pass Core that's going to be $9.99 a month or $75 a year. You also have, now let's do it this way. What does Xbox Game Pass Core come with? Online console multiplayer, which I feel like that should just be standard. What does that mean, right? Xbox doesn't do Xbox Live anymore. To my knowledge, they've just packaged that online service with Game Pass, right? Funny thing is that you don't always get that with the current setup. It's so bizarre. I think free-to-play games like a Fortnite or like an Apex, like you don't need to have those services to play online. Just a connection to the internet, obviously. But anyways, you get online console multiplayer. You get a limited catalog of 25 plus games on console. It's usually like their heavy hitters like a Gears of War, Halo, Grounded, stuff like that. And then you get member deals and discounts. That's all you get. So you get some of the Game Pass catalog, right? And for those that are not familiar with Game Pass, it's like having a subscription service to video games, like a Netflix. You just have a bunch of games, you can play them, install them, you don't own them, but for, one flat rate a month, you get to play Skyrim without buying Skyrim, or you get to play Gears of War without buying Gears of War, right? But the thing is that there's like a large catalog. It's nice. It's actually pretty impressive. I do feel like, I'll go ahead and say this, you still get your money's worth. Even though we're talking about a price hike, you still get your money's worth. Okay, so that's what you get. We're gonna move a little bit quicker. Game Pass Standard, $14.99 a month. You get online console multiplayer. You get a limited catalog of 25 plus games on console. Actually, you get that, plus you get the actual whole catalog. So it says hundreds of games I would have to go count. I don't know if it's hundreds of games, because games are coming and going, yada yada. But you do not get the day one releases. It says no date, not day one, added at a future date, which Microsoft, Xbox, they have not stated what that delay looks like. Is it a month? Is it a few months? Is it a week? We don't know. So really, consumers don't have the opportunity to make a educated decision on what they are like. Oh, well, I only have to wait a month for Call of Duty. Cool, whatever. Anyways, Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, which is what I have, which I was going to switch because I don't play my because I have an Xbox Series X, I don't try to play those games on my PC. My PC I use for like Steam titles and stuff like that. But I can understand the benefit of PC Game Pass, which is its own thing, right? It's its own thing. Anyways, Ultimate, you get everything I've talked about earlier. You get online console multiplayer. You get the Game Pass catalog. You get day one. You get EA Play and Riot games. So that's like League of Legends, right? I'm pretty sure, right? League of Legends, and there's a couple other games from Riot that are very popular. And then you get all the EA titles, which can go from Battlefield 2042 to a Madden 25 when it comes out. It won't, more than likely won't be available when it first releases, but that's a whole thing. You also get Xbox Cloud Gaming, which is in recent news. That was a big thing. They've set it up where you can play Xbox games on a Fire Stick or Fire TV, Amazon's, products, via cloud gaming, which is still spotty at best, dude. Like, no matter how fast your internet is, it still is very laggy. Like, I guess you can technically say, yes, you can play these games. But is it like the preferred way to play? I wouldn't think so, but that's just me. Okay, so those are your three. That's what they're getting to. Like they have other tiers right now. That's why it's so confusing. But it's going to be basically a core, standard, and ultimate, with ultimate being the one that gets you day one access. Now they do have PC Game Pass, which is $11.99 a month, and you pretty much get the Game Pass catalog, day one, perks, EA Play, online multiplayer, which is free on PC, basically because it's a PC. I just don't understand, like. For $8 cheaper, you're getting pretty much everything that you paid the $20 a month with Ultimate. You don't get cloud gaming, which I still believe is not ready. Like I wouldn't do it if I was anybody. So it's very strange, honestly, what Xbox is doing. I mean, they have made this generation all about Game Pass, and it is constantly put out there that they are not anywhere close to competing with Sony, even Nintendo, all the time. Like the Switch is about to have a successor here probably next year, and we'll probably in the next few months get some kind of announcement on what that Switch 2 is or whatever they do. But it's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate because as an investor in the product, in the platform, you are just hoping that things are going to turn around. Now, they had a successful showcase recently. It looks like there's a lot of cool games up down the pipeline. But, I was talking to somebody and I was like, when it comes to Game Pass, there's a lot of games on there that I just like, oh, that's cool. I'm sure somebody will enjoy that, but not me. And I don't really use it like I thought I would. But I also need to make sure that I state that where I am with gaming and things is, it's a little hit or miss. A lot of that is me understanding more about the way my brain works, more than likely ADHD, and it's hard for me to finish stuff. Yeah, so I don't know. It's been hard for me to really get into games. That's why I'm so excited for something like a College Football 25. And we'll get into that in a moment. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I think on top of everything, and I wanted to just kind of go through it. I am upset that they're raising prices. I will always be upset with anything that raises prices. I understand, like, to a certain degree, but as a consumer, it seems like we are just getting fucked all the time. There's price hikes everywhere you look, from Netflix to Xbox Game Pass to your grocery store and so much more. It just seems like we're not getting more, but we're paying more. And they're trying to justify it for their own reasons. And I think in a day and age that we live in, things are so transparent and everyone can just get online and be like, yeah, this is like the general consensus is like, this is stupid. But, you know, really, what can you do? I contemplated getting rid of Game Pass because for the sheer fact that I haven't been really using it. I have some games that I downloaded during the summer Steam sale that I'm working on, so I haven't really even turned on my Xbox. I think I turned it on today, honestly, just to see what the store was looking like, and there was nothing like pinball games for sale. That was it. Like I'm just waiting for college football at this point. But I don't know. What do you guys think about this? Like, do you enjoy Game Pass? If you have it, do you think it's worth it? I still think it's worth it. Like, it's weird for me to say. I think this is going to come off like I'm very much against everything and disappointed in Game Pass, but I've been very vocal about what my disappointment is with this current generation of gaming. I kind of wish I skipped out because for the PlayStation 5, and I don't know, it depends on who you are. I know gaming is so popular right now. It's just so mainstream. And so many people are getting into it, especially younger people. And that's awesome, and just because I kind of ebb and flow with my interests with certain games and in the gaming world and the culture, that's on me personally. So, I'm somebody who rented games growing up. I never really bought and owned many games. But I can say now that with everyone saying that, oh man, games are so expensive these days, $70 for a new game. Yeah, that's not fun. But dude, like that summer Steam sale, like I got games for under $5 that are like really, really good titles. And not only that, there's like probably a couple of them that are like, hey, we have the whole trilogy here for like $4.99. It's like, what? Okay. So with sales and digital sales, like you can find a lot of great deals and you can buy 10 games for the price of one. I still live by the rule that if I wasn't looking forward to it, more than likely, no matter what the reviews look like, no matter what Twitter or YouTube is saying, I'm not going to spend full price. I'll wait for it to go on sale. A game that's still on my radar and it still didn't hit that price point, but something like a Dragon's Dogma 2, like was a game that I wanted to check out, but I, being so busy, I didn't get it. And then it went on sale, but it was still just like $62.99 or something. I was just like, nope, gotta wait. So if you can wait, because like, to be honest, if there were no video games to release for a whole year and I had to play through my backlog, I would be fine. I also say that if you didn't buy any other games and all you had was Game Pass, you would be fine. There's a lot of good titles there. Like, it just depends on if you look at that menu, right? Like, let's say we're at a restaurant. Like, look at the menu. Look at the catalog of Game Pass. If it's stuff that you like, RPGs, indie titles, first-person shooters, stuff like that, like, dude, go for it. And you can justify the amount that you want to pay for it, If getting it for Call of Duty and getting it for day one, you're going to spend $20. Hey, that still is better than 60 or 70. I'm pretty sure it'll be $69.99 when it releases in October. So you're still saving money, right? Like, as much as we like to shit on Netflix, you're still saving money. Do you guys remember how expensive TV seasons are? They're fucking ridiculous. So I know we were lured in to like, hey, get Netflix for $5.99 or something, right? And to us now, it's like 15 more than likely. Um, yeah, it seems like it's hefty. And you know, if I still have the energy, because I was like, damn, I did not expect to talk about the Game Pass for 20 plus minutes, but here we are. Uh, but you know, when we talk about Tubi and stuff briefly and quickly, you'll kind of understand where my philosophy is in totality when it comes to all of these services, all these subscriptions, all this entertainment, right? Because that's what it all is: video games, movies, television, anime, whatever. It's all entertainment. So, anyways, do you have Xbox Game Pass? Let me know what your thoughts are on this, you know? And if you don't, I encourage you to check it out. Like, it is worth it. A lot of these changes are for more, for newcomers. They understand what's about to happen, right? Like, I'll even speak from my perspective. I have seen people post on Twitter that they bought an Xbox just so they can play College Football 25, right? So like they understand that there's titles coming out that people are going to want to buy an Xbox, and because there's really no Xbox Live anymore, you have to get the Game Pass regardless for online console multiplayer, right? Unless you have PC Game Pass. But they know they're going to have a lot of new gamers. So that's new opportunities to pull people in. So they're going ahead and changing that up. I wanted to also give credit to the Twitter account Klobrille, Klobrille. He made a chart. He or she made this chart. Really appreciate it. That's what I was using for a reference. So yeah, Xbox. You know, part of me understands, part of me doesn't. I'm so just at this point. Like it's been highs and lows, peaks and valleys. Like one day it's like layoffs, and then the other day they're like, look at all these cool games. It's like, oh, cool. And then it's like, but we're gonna raise the price on this. And you're like, fuck. It's like, damn, such a toxic relationship at this point. Oh man. And I could just do a whole episode on that. But let's switch it up to something positive, right? Something really, you know, exciting for me personally. Look, if you guys don't know me, and this might be your first time listening to WNDRSOUL, I'm a huge football fan. NFL, college. I live in the southeast of the United States of America, and college football is religion, right? It's been that way since I moved down here. I've been a fan of Alabama. Just going to throw it out there, you know, roll tide. And anyways, it's just been fun. Part of that was playing NCAA. One of the ways I learned about football and learned the rules of football and how it was playing NCAA football 06 with my best friend, right? And so not only that, I got to play football in high school. And I remember I had friends that would go head to head on NCAA on the PlayStation 2. Even going into the 360, I mean, I had NCAA 14, right? So, like, dude, like, these games mean so much to me, and we have not had a college football game for 10 years, over a decade, right? And I would also throw out there that even though I've given Madden an opportunity here and there over the past couple of years, it just hasn't pulled me in like I wish it would. And as a whole, I feel like sports games have really fallen off. Doesn't matter what sport it is. Like the graphics, yeah, they look impressive. They've gotten better. But the gameplay, how much fun you are having, the microtransactions, all this stuff, man, it's like, yikes. But look, EA, they're coming out with this College Football 25. It releases on July, let me double check, July 19th. I'm so excited, dude. I am planning a trip. It is going to be amazing. I'm super hyped. But in part of that is the fact that they've been doing such a good job releasing different news and media, right? From trailers to gameplay to deep dives and all sorts of stuff. Now, I could probably spend a long time going into everything here when it comes to this game. I'm going to kind of cherry pick and go through it a little bit. Now, like, people are probably wondering, if they weren't aware, well, why hasn't there been a college football game in 10 years? Well, after 14, which came out in 2013 of July, there was a whole thing about name, image, and likeness when it came to the players, the coaches, everything. Like, who was getting money. There was a whole thing that basically just ruled out the possibility of having college athletes and those depictions of those sports and stuff in video games, right? But lately in college football, we have the NIL, which is name, image, likeness, right? And players are able to make money now. Some people like that, some people don't. That is a whole other conversation. That is a whole other, like, I'll have to get my best friend on here and we'll talk about it, right? We'll get into it. Anyways, so because of that, because of NIL, people have been wondering, like, when are we going to get another college football game? And, well, here we are. So a lot of people thought it was going to be last year, and they announced it. There was like a tweet that they made a post on social media. There's like, hey, thank you for believing, we're coming back. Like, we're working on this, right? So it's just wild to see that it's finally about to happen. We're finally about to have college football back. And just what they've been showing has just been fucking incredible. So mind-blowing. I'm going to try to go over a quick summary of things. But for the most part, it's just going to be something that describing everything will just not do it justice. I do plan on streaming it some on Twitch. I do plan to talk about it in future episodes because of just, like, I want to. I'm really hoping it doesn't let me down. I have seen everything up to this point that they've released. I'm all in, but at the same time, it's a video game and you have to get your hands on it and you got to play it and you got to feel it and you got to check it out for yourself. I know there's been a ton of content creators that have just been, releasing so much. There's even like some that are releasing more gameplay video today that I'm going to check out, so, but from what I've seen, the gameplay itself, wide open, fast gameplay, right? They've improved so much there. It does not look like a Madden. Like, everybody was talking about, what if it's a Madden clone? From what I've seen, it does not look that way. It looks a lot faster. They've introduced this wear and tear system. So, like, hits add up and players wear down. They say, you got to manage the player's health, limit their fatigue, assess risk of injury and avoid on-field mistakes by using a strategic substitution. So it's a little in depth in there. It's a little bit realistic there. They brought back home field advantage, and some stadiums it's going to be harder and louder to concentrate, make adjustments pre-snap, and it's going to be wild. They're also giving you more recognition at the pre-snap. There's just a lot of cool things. It says, like, do you trust your high school seniors or do you risk it with your untested freshmen? So a lot of cool stuff there. They have killed it with the commentary, the broadcast, the traditions, the atmosphere. The attention to detail. Like, you can tell, like, they have put their time into this. It's not like they've been working on it for 10 years. Like, that's just not the case. It has been a lot longer. No, it's been a lot shorter, because this was, I'm assuming, been in development for at least a couple years. Now what happens after this, we'll see, because it'll usually be a yearly release. So this is like the core foundation, right? But from what I've seen, wow, like the looks of the stadiums, like the sights and the sounds and everything, like, it just screams college football. you know. And if you've ever watched a college football game live or on TV, some of those places, man, they're incredible. And it's so cool to see all that come to life, right? But I like the idea of numerous commentary and broadcast teams. So you do have Chris Fowler and Kirk Herbstreit, but they've also given you options like Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack. So that's cool. I think most sports games should take into consideration that you want to listen to different people do commentary. If you want to listen at all, some people turn commentary off, but I personally don't mind it. I think commentary in general, when you're watching sports, is just so crucial. Like when you're listening to Michael Cole on Monday Night Raw or at Money in the Bank, it's better, right? He just brings a whole new level of passion and detail to what's going on screen. So yeah, I love the idea of multiple commentary teams. But let's get into the game modes. I know that that's like a big highlight for people. I know there are people that would still buy this game if it only had Dynasty in it. If this was just a Dynasty simulator, people would buy it. They'd give it full price, 100%. And don't worry, Dynasty is back. And the depth and detail and the upgraded realism is there. I'm so excited. This is how they describe it. They say, create a coach, take control, upgrade their abilities, and build a powerhouse college football program. Establish your coaching staff, then work to recruit the best talent either straight from high school or direct from the transfer portal. See, they're bringing things like the transfer portal, NIL. Oh, it's awesome. You can do an online dynasty. You can have up to 32 players that can compete with each other. Wow. I love Dynasty. One of the first things I'll probably do, to be honest. Love it. I would love to do one for stream. Probably wouldn't make like a playthrough series or anything like that. Nah, I probably just, yeah. Anyways, I love it. You're taking a bad team, making them good. The recruiting, all that. It's great. They released information today actually about Road to Glory. Road to Glory is like college football's RPG, right? You get to create your player. You can be like really good, really underdog, bad, borderline bad, and work your way up. But they describe it as live the life of a student athlete with your created player and take home the Heisman as you build an unforgettable college football legacy. Manage your weekly schedule, GPA, and your image. You earn coach trust to get more playing time, or use the transfer portal to get the time and glory you deserve. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. The details and screenshots that they published today were really fun, really cool. I know a lot of people seem kind of butthurt that they're not doing, like, okay, in previous installments, you would do Road to Glory and you would start in high school in your high school playoffs. And depending on how well you performed in the playoffs, that led into who recruited you and how well your overall was. I think it impacted that. And so, yeah, so people really liked that because like it could go either way, right? It was more up in the air. Now you pretty much get to pick what you want to, how good you want to be. And then I don't know how it goes from there, but either way, that's still going to be something I try out. That's always fun too. They are doing Ultimate Team. I won't spend a lot of time talking about Ultimate Team because I'm not personally a fan of Ultimate Team. On any game, Madden, 2K, I know they call it something different on 2K, the basketball game, but yeah, it's like you build your team, you open packs. It's like that kind of game mode. They are using previous players, so like a Cam Newton or a Tim Tebow or a Johnny Manziel, so that might be intriguing. We'll see. They are doing just a play now and a road to the college football playoffs, because this is also what's exciting. This will be the first time we get the college playoffs in a video game of college football. So awesome. And they just expanded the college football playoff system. So looking forward to it. They are doing team builder. So you can make your own team. There's a website. That was something they've done in the past. So that's kind of like an overall look at the game. Like, and that was like May 31st when they put all that out there. Or like early May, I mean. Gameplay wise, it just looks like it looks so nice. It looks so clean, guys. And, I'm really going to be interested to see how the wear and tear works. I know a lot of people like the strategic aspect of having to keep that in mind. Like, oh, dude, I can't. We got to score here, but my star running back, he is done. He is like on the verge of breaking. So let's say this is like your opening game of the season. That wear and tear could play into the fact that he could get hurt. Or let's say it's in the national championship. That wear and tear could play into the fact that he might fumble. So like that has always been low key there, I think, in some capacity. But now that it is such a huge aspect of the game, we'll see. That's only time will tell. Let's see, what else do we got? Just a lot of cool clips of the gameplay. Just looks so clean, looks so smooth. The player models look nice. The way the players are moving on the field, everything is looking really, really good right now. There are going to be abilities. That's going to be really fun. Like they got one, let's just say, I'll throw some examples out there. So you can have, I think you have mental abilities and physical abilities. So let's say, for instance, Field General. That's a mental ability. And you have different tiers like a bronze, a silver, gold, platinum. So like bronze for Field General is you can identify blitzers post-snap. But then silver is you can identify blitzers pre-snap. But then gold is like you can identify blitzers and coverage shells pre-snap. So it like increases, and like platinum is like you get all that and disguise coverages you can pick up on. So they got different things like Option King, Workhorse, Downhill. Like that's gonna be fun. It's just and I think it just adds a RPG element to the game that's really cool and makes it kind of unique. So like I'm looking at Travis Hunter from Colorado. He has mentals are fan favorite, best friend, clear headed. His physicals are sure hands, 50-50, double dip and layout. And I'm pretty sure a lot more. So like that's awesome, dude. Like everything I've seen, I'm just like, wow, dude. They've had the ability. EA has had the ability to do this with Madden and anything. Like people have been very vocal. So we're getting a lot of the things that fans have been asking for, but at the same time, they've done a really good job of bringing back some classics, things that we've come to expect from an NCAA. But they've also thought of like that wear and tear is going to be interesting. And I think for some people it might be a make or break. Like I wonder if they will have the option to turn it on or off. I don't know. We'll see. But dude, all of this is on their website. Like I know they've revamped passing. They've increased the pre-play controls. So there's a lot of here. There's like the switch stick, which is supposed to be really cool. It helps out with defense from what I've heard. So many plays. They say this year over 1,500 new plays and more than 50 formations, along with 134 team playbooks have been created and reflect the current offensive and defensive trends in the sport. That's wild, dude. From air raid, multiple pistol, power spread, option pro, run and shoot, spread option, and veer and shoot, and probably more, man. It's so wild. The amount of depth, the amount of attention to detail to this game that I've been able to see has been so reassuring and really just allows you to just get excited. Like I know so many people are just prepared to shit on this game, prepared to count it out. But the more that they've put out there, it's been just so So awesome. Like, best case scenario, really, honestly. But they've done good. I mean, like, from June, they've been releasing the rankings for all the, who's really good. What are the top 10 toughest places to play, and top players and offense. It's so cool, man. Like, if this is how the hype is every year, like, I can't wait, because that was it. That's the point here. This used to be something I really looked forward to every summer. I know a lot of my friends did too. It came in July, the month before football started, and while you were on summer break. It also came a month before Madden. So if you liked both, and I haven't seen anything about Madden 25. I think they're like, yo, let's just focus on this. And that's probably for the best. But, man, like, I didn't even talk about Dynasty, dude. I'm just so excited. I think, like, I geek out a little too heavy. I'm so glad that they've laid this stuff out there. It's out there for you if you're interested, or if you want to go in completely surprised. I totally get that too. There was a part of me that was like, I think I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. I want to get my hands on it. I want to see everything from the aesthetic to all the new features on my own. But I haven't been able to control myself. So here we are. But yeah, dude, it's nice to have that back. As an adult, summer can be challenging. You're basically continuing to do the same shit, but now it's like 100 times hotter. So having things to look forward to is always a blessing, in my opinion. And having this game, and hopefully they set a really strong foundation, make a really good first impression, and then we can get to 26 and 27 and just have this as we move forward. And who knows what this means for Madden, what this means for sports games, other collegiate sport games, whether it's college basketball, we'll see. What if, I don't know what the fine print is. What if 2K gets involved in making a college game and you have two games, like a competition, which, oh my God, please, can we do that? Competition is always welcome. Anyways, I've spent a lot of time, and I really don't think I even hit the tip of the iceberg with college football 25. I really encourage you to take time to go to the website, follow them on social media, and check out their deep dives, watch their trailers and gameplay videos on social media. And if you're looking forward to it, let me know. And what would you like to see content-wise if I were to do anything with it? I have done football stuff in the past. I wouldn't commit to doing it all the time. I don't, this will never be just a football channel. Even though I love and I'm just so passionate about these games. But time will tell. Time will tell. So, EA Sports College Football 25, July what? 19th? 19th. That's next Friday. Next Friday. So, wow. This has gone on a lot longer. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to, I know where I wanted to cap this episode. So we're going to quickly go through the last couple of subjects or topics and, wrap it up for this episode. I hope you guys are enjoying it. WWE, guys, I'm still into it, man. I'm still into it. It has been so much fun. It has been so much fun getting into this. I watch Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown. I need to get some people back on to talk about it. Maybe the next PLE, which will be SummerSlam in Cleveland, Ohio, at the Cleveland Browns football stadium. That's going to be happening at the beginning of August, the first week of August. But this past weekend, we had Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank is really cool. Money in the Bank is a ladder match. They have the men's and then they have the women's. It's 6 people. If you climb the ladder, at the center of the ring, there is a briefcase that is hanging high above. You have to climb the ladder. You unlock, grab the briefcase. In that briefcase is not money. It is a contract that you can cash in. So let's say that there is a championship fight going on, right? You could roll up at the end, cash in, and then boom, we have a match. Boom, it becomes triple threat. And you have a shortcut to getting a championship, right? That's what was on the line this weekend. It was my first time watching a Money in the Bank. Really, every premium live event at PLE, everyone that has been shown this year, my first was Royal Rumble, right? And man, they've been so much fun. There's so much hype. All the stories bleeding into them, all the matches, everything that's at stake. They're pretty heavy hitters, right? And they do a really good job. Every PLE looks and feels different from the last and the next. So Money in the Bank was fun, man. They were in Toronto, Canada. Drew McIntyre, dude, holy fuck, that guy can't catch a break, dude. He can't catch a break. He won the briefcase. He tried to cash it in on Damian Priest and Seth frickin' Rollins, and that didn't go well. And there's some controversy to that match, but we won't get into that. But yeah, CM Punk and him, CM Punk, Seth frickin' Rollins, and Drew McIntyre. That's gonna be so much fun. I think that's where we're going with SummerSlam. And yeah, I feel bad for Drew at this point. I do. I feel bad for Drew McIntyre. Actually, I really like him. I think he's done a really good job. Look, shout out to the WWE for keeping CM Punk relevant through his injury. Like, the hype and pop for CM Punk, they couldn't just let him go on the shelf. So I appreciate that. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of stuff going on in general. I mean, just Money in the Bank was fun. Tiffany Stratton won the females Money in the Bank briefcase. That's going to be fun. I was excited that she won that. Solo in the Bloodline 2.0, they beat Cody, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens. That was wild, honestly. But that Bloodline story is heating up. We didn't really get too much of this Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, and Dominic Mysterio story during Money in the Bank, but we did this week when Rhea came back, and that whole story has been so much fun. Like, I have been so impressed with how the WWE pivots when things happen. Like, Rhea Ripley got hurt and had to vacate her championship, and they took it, man. They made a whole thing out of it. And this whole Liv Morgan trying to split up the Judgment Day, which is the group that all of them are a part of, JD McDonough, Finn Balor, was it Balor? Finn Balor? I think it's Finn Balor. Forgive me, Finn. Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley, and Dominic Mysterio. They're like this edgy, like, dark group. Yeah, they're probably going to split up. It's just fun to see the changes. You got people that are heels or babyface turning into heels. I was just so excited to see Seth frickin' Rollins come back. I was excited to see Rhea Ripley come back. See, I'm just going everywhere. WWE, baby. They did announce Bad Blood, a premium live event that they used to have. It's coming back. It's coming back in October 5th to be exact, and it's in Atlanta, Georgia. And guess what? I'm going, baby. I ain't letting nothing stop me. I am already getting ready for this event. That will be my first PLE. I told myself if it did come back, if there was anything in Atlanta, I would do everything I could to go. I am so hyped. I am so looking forward to that. That's going to be so much fun. It's going to hopefully be like kind of dark Halloween themed. There's a lot of stories that probably could pop off. Ooh, I am so ready. So yeah, excited for that. Yeah, WWE, man, still in a good place. I like some of these other things that we've touched on this episode, this sampler platter of topics. I would like to dig in a little bit deeper. And get into some more geek fest when it comes to the wrestling world. And like I said, I am trying out NXT. That Sunday they had their premium live event that they coincide. It was called Heat Wave. They did it also in Toronto, and that was fun. Really good wrestling, some cool stories, but I'm just now getting into it, so we shall see if I can handle it all. But yeah, I still encourage people to check out wrestling. It's on Friday nights on Fox with SmackDown, and Monday nights it's 3 hours long on USA. So enjoy, like, go for it, give it a shot, man. And if you ever have any questions that I can answer, I'll do my best. I still have so many questions and so much to learn, but I'm still having fun with it. I'm still having a ball. So yeah, looking forward to the next one is SummerSlam, and that's gonna be fun. Should be a lot of cool stories, a lot of good fights coming up, but time will tell. So anyways, another thing that's been kind of fun, and I won't spend too much time on it, but Tubi. Yeah, I've been watching stuff on Tubi. Yes, I spend money on Netflix and YouTube TV, and we have other streaming services that we partake in, but Tubi has become this thing that I've just wanted to turn on and find some bullshit and just have on in the background or just watch. I have found it weirdly hard to pick stuff out to watch on Netflix and stuff. Like, that's something I'm working on. Like that kind of relates to my earlier rant about video games. Not only like finishing what I starting, but something about Tubi lately has just been giving me an opportunity to just hit the reset and just put on some random shit. And I've been having fun with it. It's got some forgotten gems, some things that fell through the cracks. And me and my girlfriend, we love bad movies and shit. So, like, it's extra fun. We watched a Kung Fu flick last night that was just dorky as hell and had terrible English dub over it. And I just had a ball with it. I thought it was great. And plus, sometimes you got to clean the palate, man. I know some people are like, yo, I got to watch The Bear. I got to watch this. I got to watch House of Dragon. I got to watch all these top rated Rotten Tomatoes things. Like, everything I give my time to has to be a banger. It has to be things that everyone likes and is talking about. Dude, trust me, just find some random shit. Just put on something. We are spoiled today, guys, with entertainment. I think that's my problem lately, is just like having too much access. I'm trying to set boundaries. I'm trying to say, I don't need all these. I don't need to give them my money every month and barely watch them. I think we all have had to make those decisions over the last couple of years, or just in general at some point in your life. Maybe you're doing right now. You're just looking, going, am I really getting my money's worth out of Netflix, out of Disney Plus, or what? Like, they have also raised their prices. Everyone talks like, oh, it's just becoming cable again. In a lot of ways it is, but look, the thing about Tubi, it's free. Because oddly enough, some of the most popular streaming is these things called FAST, which I think are called free ad supported television. Maybe that's the correct, I don't know. I think that it sounds right. But the bottom line is that it's free. And yes, there are ads, but the ads have not been bad. I think they've capped them at 2 minutes. It's like long enough for you to get up and go grab a snack or go to the bathroom, but not long enough for you to get lost in your phone or get bored or go, oh God, all these ads, right? Because everyone hates ads. I do. But I also am that generation that grew up with cable, and I'm used to commercials, Anyways, there's a lot. They have live, quote unquote, live TV. It's kind of like Pluto TV. They have that in Tubi. They have a kids section, which has been great for the kids here. And that's been fun. And they don't do ads on the kids stuff from what I've seen. When I've been around the kids when they've been watching stuff on Tubi, like, there's no ads. And that's great. That always means a lot to me. Because, that's putting stuff out. You never know what they're going to attach to programs, right? And I think for kids, it's like to just make it safer. But Yeah, dude, there's just some random bad bullshit, but there are some good hits on there. There are some forgotten gems. There are movies and TV shows that were forgotten. They're good. And there's even some that you could probably tell they have a lower budget, you know, it's not Denzel Washington, right? But there's still good stories. There's still pretty good acting. Cause look, dude, when it comes down to it, we have so many ways to entertain ourselves, you know? And I think it's getting harder to have all these services and to be always watching what everyone else is watching. There are, at this moment, for me, numerous of these services that I only use for one thing. Like I only have Peacock for the WWE. I only have Hulu to watch The Bear. I think Netflix, as much as I gripe about them sometimes, is the only one that I feel you could rely on to cancel everything because it has that variety. They have anime, they have cooking shows, they have documentaries, they have movies, they have, they get a good variety. I'm just saying, if you're curious, try Tubi. If you're looking at pulling back on some of your services, try Tubi. But I also encourage that because I think like I have choice paralysis all the fucking time with these services. I think that's why even Game Pass is like, there's too much here. Like shit. Like sometimes I just need limited options. So weird to say that. The way my brain works though, maybe that it helps. So that's why like literally with Tubi the other day, I went on a random word generator. I started it. The word was offer. I went on Tubi. I searched offer. There was a horror movie called The Offering. I don't recommend, but I just let it play. And I was like, fuck it. Like, I don't know. Sometimes you just want to veg out. You really don't care. Like, when you're trying to decide what to eat and people are like, I don't care. It's like, well, then let's just pick something. Just eat something. Because at the end of the day, you just want background noise or you just want to have something on or watch something. It doesn't always have to be life changing. It doesn't always have to be, amazing. And sometimes it can be. Sometimes you'll be surprised, So I say, open up that opportunity for you to explore. Real quick, because I've already gone way over what I expected. So forgive me. It's been so long since I got to sit down and ramble and geek out with you. So got a little carried away. With that being said, content. Content's so wild right now. I just need to just start shooting from the hip here. I don't really have any intentions to do anything just for YouTube. I think that YouTube will always, right now, as one person primarily making this content, will always just be a place where the podcast will go. And if I stream anything, I more than likely will stream on Twitch. It's just a better streaming service. Say what you want about Twitch. Trust me, I have my gripes. But the way YouTube streaming is, it's not as good. I've been vocal about that. If they ever change anything that makes it better, in my opinion, I'm open to checking that out. But I can see where it just, if I were to stream anything like College Football 25, it would go on Twitch. And then if there's anything there, whether it's highlights or full VODs, I would take those and put them on YouTube because I don't care about the algorithm. I know there are so many content creators, artists, that are just trapped by the algorithm. They're making content that they don't enjoy because it appeases the algorithm, that are burning themselves out to meet the algorithms, thinking they have to post videos and episodes. And your podcast can't just be like I am recording right now in a room, just talking into a mic. No, I would have to have I would have to film it. I would have to stream it. I would have to upload it here and then edit it for clips to post on TikTok and Instagram. And it's just like, I'm one person, dude. I have a family. I have a full-time job. I do not get paid for doing any of this stuff. On the day and the occasion that if that opportunity would present itself, and I had more time to put into things, I would put more time into things. But as things are, that is just not in the books for me. And instead of getting down on myself, feeling like I'm not doing enough and that what's the point? Because here's the rules and you got to play by the rules. I've decided to make my own rules. I encourage you to do the same. Really, like take a minute if you are making any kind of content or just in general, set boundaries, man. Enjoy the shit. Like make stuff that you feel represents what you want to enjoy out there. I have just felt like the way the internet is right now, bots, AI, the way content is, how oversaturated that market is. But here's the thing, like I go out into the real world, right? Like I go out, I'm driving and I see a store, and let me see if I can make a good analogy, metaphor, thingamabob for this. There is a Chinese restaurant, right? Chinese food, all you can eat buffet, hella good down the road. I wonder if what they would have done if they said, wait, there's another Chinese all you can eat buffet down the road, and there's a few in the next town. So there's already this out there. What's the point of doing it? Why are we wasting our time? But you know what? They made it so that it is a representation of their talent, their skill, their flavors, their taste, their recipes, their hospitality, all that. And it's hella good. And that's why I choose that place over the other places. Right? I think there is a long... I know that's so random, but I guess what I'm saying is that just because there's already a bunch of these other things out there, there's already a bunch of podcasts out there, a bunch of YouTubers, streamers, don't ever let that make it feel like you can't be a part of that. You can't do it because somebody's already doing something similar. Fuck that. Like, it will always be unique to you. It will always be different. Right? And it's your responsibility to broadcast something that you're proud of and that represents who you are and what you believe. And yeah, I don't know, just that's taken some time for me. As I sit here and record this episode for you today, I have struggled with wanting to record and make content, and I've struggled with trying to decide whether it's even something that I have the time and energy for with where my life is. Like when I started WNDRSOUL in 2018, I did not have the family I have right now. My life did not look the way it looks now. And I'm incredibly happy. And I enjoy spending that time and energy on these other things in my life now. I can't devote the time that I have in the past to this like I used to, especially because it is a hobby. But I still crave it. I still have fun. I still feel rewarded whenever I sit down and get to do this. I feel loved and supported by people that have listened and watched and have told me they have, and people that know me personally that say they've checked it out and they like it, and then why don't you, and that's, but I had to get into a good place. I had to, this summer has been so busy. So made a move, been busy at work. And I know you guys understand how that goes. But I've told myself if I could just sit down for at least an hour once a week and put something out, even if it's like this, it's just myself, then that's okay, dude. Like get it out there. Routines will develop. Consistency will find its way, and I miss it, and I think there's so much fun and potential here that I just felt really down for not doing it, but also was really frustrated about how I felt at the time I needed to do it in order to be quote unquote successful. And now I just don't care about certain things. Like, dude, growth is great. Yes, having larger numbers with downloads and views and stuff, like that's, of course, I get it, dude. You don't open a business, even if you're super passionate about it, and not just be like, being here is great. Like, you got to sell. You want people to consume the product. You want people to enjoy it, though. You want to do something that you're proud of. And for a while there, I didn't feel like I had the energy. I wasn't in the headspace to do that. And I just, this summer, I knew once I got through the first month, like June was crazy. But once it was done, I wanted to get back to this. So, yeah, that's my little soapbox. I have gone on so much longer than I intended. This was supposed to be 30 minutes. We are past an hour. I'm going to cut it here. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for taking time to listen to this. Hit me with all your feedback. The good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful. I don't care. I really, well, I do care. That's what I mean. I want to hear what you guys want to hear. I want to hear what you guys think. What are the things that I can do? More, less, better, worse. I don't know. But thank you. It means a lot. It means so much to have people listen to these and enjoy this. And whether it's a handful of people or hundreds, hey man, that's great. So expect some more. Expect at least weekly episodes. I need to reconnect with some people and connect with some brand new people, get some guests on here. I am about to improve my setup, and I am so excited, guys. I'm so excited. So I'm here. I'm committed. I'm invested, and just want to say thank you for listening to this episode of Wonder Soul. Hope you guys are doing good, man. Till the next time. Talk to you later. Peace.
Wonder Soul. Wonder Soul.
Wonder Soul.